The first chapter of the book of Daniel is a simple introduction to characters. This chapter basically sets up the rest of the story. It's not written in a prophetic style, it is only basic information for the rest of the book. The story begins with essentially the siege of Jerusalem around 597 BCE. Nebuchadnezzar II of Babylon put down a revolt from the client king of Jerusalem. As a result of this revolt, Jerusalem was sacked and looted, and it appears that many of the wealthy were taken as captives back to the city of Babylon. The practice of taking hostages was probably not all that uncommon for the Babylonians. The idea was to take anyone who might cause a revolt away from the area, and to discourage others from revolting by implying that if the client state revolted again, the hostages would be immediately killed. In Daniel chapter 1, the author introduces Nebuchadnezzar. He also introduces the characters of Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. The author states that these characters were given new Babylonian names. These characters will be referred to in this book by both sets of names, and the author states that these people were taught the ins and outs of Babylonian scholarship, essentially to prepare them for service to the king. The chapter ends by stating that the Daniel character was in Babylon until the reign of Cyrus, which likely means the year that Cyrus the Great of Persia conquered Babylon around 539 BCE. The four exiles are said to be well-read and knowledgeable, and Daniel himself is said to be particularly good with prophecy and interpreting dreams. So these four characters, because of their knowledge and ability to interpret dreams, are said to be placed into the service of King Nebuchadnezzar. They're said to be purely Hebrew, and they reject most customs of Babylon. But with the rest of the book of Daniel, it should be noted that there is no evidence for these people literally existing. They are caricatures of the best of the Hebrews in Babylonian captivity, and that's how they should be looked at when reading this book. By the time we get to the final chapters, it will become fairly obvious that the book was not completed until centuries after the Babylonian captivity, and that the author's grasp on history from this period has a few curious inaccuracies. Still, that's how it begins, and the rest of this book gets all crazy and apocalyptic. Monsters, dreams, and all kinds of crazy prophecies are right around the corner, so it should be a whole lot of fun.